Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. In this video, I wanted to go over my complete Criterion collection here. So I've been collecting Criterion for almost 10 years and I've got well over 200 titles. And I thought it would be fun to just go over my collection. So the way I have this organized is I've got my DVDs first, then I've got some of the more Digipack stuff, followed by the standard plastic cases. So let's get started with the DVDs. So I'll speed through some of these, but if I have something to say about individual films, I'll say like a 1 or 2 sentence thing about it. But let's begin, starting with RoboCop. This is now out of print, but an amazing film. Flesh for Frankenstein, a very horny version of Frankenstein. Armageddon. Fishing with John, one of the funniest films in the collection. Monty Python's Life of Brian. The Third Man, this is the old DVD. Chasing Amy, probably my least favorite film in the Criterion collection. Ooh, we got 2 British classics here with Nolan Eye and How to Get Ahead in Advertising. Steven Soderbergh's Traffic. Man Bites Dog, very disturbing French film. Soderbergh's Schizopolis. Seijun Suzuki's Youth of the Beast. Nicholas Roeg's Bad Timing, starring Art Garfunkel. When a Woman Ascends the Stairs, a massively underrated Japanese film. Z by Costa Gavras. I really hope this gets a Blu-ray soon. This is an amazing political thriller if you haven't seen it. Like Someone in Love by Abbas Kiarostami. We have the out-of-print Hard Boiled. I haven't actually seen this one, but please let me know what I'm in for. And Orson Welles' Chimes at Midnight. Now on to the Digipack stuff. I have 2 DVD editions, one of them being The Man Who Fell to Earth, which also has the book, and the really interesting road movie, Two Lane Blacktop. And now on to the Blu-ray stuff. We have, of course, Seven Samurai. This is essential. The Silence of the Lambs. Picnic at Hanging Rock, which once again has the book. Andrei Rublev, my favorite Tarkovsky. Do the Right Thing, signed by Spike Lee. David Cronenberg's Videodrome. The Battle of Algiers, which is a film I saw in college, and I absolutely love this. My Own Private Idaho. Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters, probably the prettiest film in the Criterion collection. Sweet Smell of Success. The Three Colors Trilogy. Y Tu Mamá Tambien. Moonrise Kingdom. Showa, one of the most important films in the collection. Night of the Hunter, amazing film. On the Waterfront, I saw this for the first time this year and it really blew me away. Repo Man, fantastic Mr. Fox. Scanners, The Complete Jacques Tati. I've seen about half of the films on this box set, but I'm looking forward to checking out the rest. Mulholland Drive, which is a top 5 film for me of all time. This film is incredible. Dr. Strangelove, again, one of Criterion's best packagings. The Decalogue, the Before Trilogy, an amazing trilogy. Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me, absolutely gut-wrenching film. The Princess Bride with this amazing leather-bound book cover, love this thing. Terrence Malick's The Tree of Life. True Stories, I'm a big Talking Heads fan, so I was glad that Criterion picked this one up. David Lynch's Blue Velvet. Stan Brakhage Anthology. These are some really great experimental shorts that you should check out. Grand Budapest Hotel, of course. Bruce Lee, his greatest hits. Definitely one of the most entertaining box sets Criterion has done. David Lynch's The Elephant Man. Parasite, the phenomenon that took the world by storm. Uncut Gems with that glowy iridescent cover. Love this film. Todd Browning's Sideshow Shockers. Wall-E. This is my favorite Pixar movie, so I'm so glad it has a Criterion. David Lynch's Lost Highway. Menace to Society. I love this packaging and this film. Citizen Kane with its very hefty UHD Blu-ray pack. Melvin Van Peebles' 5 Essential Films. If you want to look for a really great black director in American cinema, this is a set to check out. Hedwig and the Angry Inch. It's a very fun camp musical that I loved so much. Eric Rohmer's Tales of the Four Seasons. I've only seen Autumn and Winter, so I'm looking forward to checking out the rest. I have this plan where I'm going to watch each film at the start of each season, so this is going to take me a little while. Okay, we are almost done with the boxes, and we are going to continue on with the 4K of Trainspotting. This is one of my favorite films of all time, but this packaging isn't the best, but I still love what they did here. Chantal Akerman's Masterpieces. That was one of my favorite sets of last year, and another favorite set of mine is Greg Araki's Teen Apocalypse Trilogy. Some of the most effortlessly cool and wholly original films you will check out. Please check this set out. And last but not least for the boxes, Paper Moon. This 4K edition is incredible, by the way, but I absolutely loved this packaging, and this film is so tender and beautiful as well. All right, now we get to the standard Blu-ray plastic cases, and we're going to start with a Hitchcock classic, The Lady Vanishes. We got The 400 Blows, Seijun Suzuki's Branded to Kill. Such a good Yakuza movie, and another great Yakuza movie we have here is Tokyo Drifter, also by Suzuki. Taste of Cherry, Black Orpheus, truly a vibrant piece of Brazilian cinema. Brazil by Terry Gilliam, which is one of my favorite films of all time. An amazing documentary, For All Mankind. Carnival of Souls, an amazing B-horror. Quiet On, All That Heaven Allows. Really great melodrama here. Ratcatcher by Lynn Ramsey. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which I haven't seen since I was a teenager, but I do want to give this a rewatch. Another Wes Anderson, The Royal Tenenbaums. Straw Dogs. When I watched this the first time, I wasn't super hot on it, but maybe I should give it a second chance. Ali, Fear Eats the Soul. And maybe one of the funniest French films I've seen, The Rules of the Game. While I was reorganizing, I forgot about another box set, and I can't believe I forgot about this amazing set. The Ousmane Sembène 3 Revolutionary Films. If you want to get into African cinema, you should definitely check this set out. This is amazing. Le Cercle Rouge, a really great French noir. Ikiru, which is my favorite Kurosawa. David Cronenberg's Naked Lunch, my favorite Cronenberg. Onibaba. Eyes Without a Face, an amazing French horror film. F for Fake, one of my favorite Orson Welles films too. My favorite Wes Anderson film, The Life Aquatic. Harakiri. Naked by Mike Leigh, my favorite Mike Leigh film. Bicycle Thieves, an Italian classic. La Haine, another film in my top 5 of all time. This film is incredible. Woman in the Dunes, super eerie film. La Jetée and Sans Soleil, 2 amazing films from the artist Chris Marker. House of Games by David Mamet. Walker by Alex Cox, a really underrated Western. The Friends of Eddie Coyle, a really underrated gangster film. Wings of Desire by Wim Wenders. Jean Dielmans by Chantal Ackerman. This is a very long film, but if you have the patience for it, it is certainly rewarding. Paris, Texas, an incredible film. Revanche. This is a super underrated gangster film / character study / drama. Do check this one out. Hunger by Steve McQueen. Bigger Than Life, with an amazing performance from James Mason. Crumb, one of the best documentaries I've seen. Thin Red Line by Terrence Malick. Paths of Glory, one of my favorite Stanley Kubrick films, actually. House, a horror classic. Broadcast News, which I just saw for the first time this year, and it's really funny and very touching. Brian De Palma's Blowout, my favorite De Palma, I think. Secret Sunshine, for my money, one of the best South Korean films ever made. Absolutely devastating and just so heartbreaking. Another classic, 12 Angry Men. A sealed and out-of-print Harold and Maude. Being John Malkovich. Certified Copy by Abbas Kiarostami. Shallow Grave by Danny Boyle. Rosemary's Baby. I really hope they bring this back. Life is Sweet, once again by Mike Leigh. To Be or Not to Be, an amazing comedy in the World War II era. Nashville by Robert Altman. Tuki Buki, an amazingly bright and vibrant film from Africa. Thief by Michael Mann. I've been getting more into Michael Mann this year, and I absolutely love his stuff. Taking the Waves by Lars von Trier. One of the few von Trier films that I actually love. All That Jazz, a really great musical, but it's also really sad. The Innocents, very cool piece of gothic horror there. Tootsie, a really great comedy. So that's just one part of this wall, but let's just do a quick spin. And we've got many more to go. Safe, Todd Haynes, amazing relevance with post-COVID. Bitter Tears of Petra von Kant. My Winnipeg, very weird documentary / fictional film. Don't Look Now, really great piece of horror here. So glad this is back in the collection. The Fisher King, The Brood by David Cronenberg, very underrated. In Cold Blood, one of my favorite adaptations in the Criterion Collection for sure. Inside Llewyn Davis, amazing Coen Brothers film. Some classics. The Graduate, The Manchurian Candidate, Brighter Summer Day, 4 hours long, but not a moment feels wasted here. Fantastic Planet, one of the few animated films in the Criterion Collection, but I absolutely love this. The In-Laws, very funny film. A Touch of Zen. Oh, we got a double feature incoming with Valley of the Dolls, which is like super duper camp, and Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, written by Roger Ebert of all people. Incredibly horny film. Akira Kurosawa's Dreams. Punch Drunk Love, Paul Thomas Anderson. Mildred Pierce, amazing noir. Kanoa, A Shameful Memory. If you take just one recommendation from me, let it be this. This is an incredibly disturbing film. And we get to one of my faves, John Waters, Multiple Maniacs. Being There by Hal Ashby. Tampopo, one of my favorite Japanese films of all time. Lost in America, very fun film. Andrei Tarkovsky's Stalker. Enough said. Certain Women by Kelly Reichardt. Amazing. Michael Haneke's The Piano Teacher. Barry Lyndon, which is my favorite Stanley Kubrick film. The Breakfast Club, a childhood classic of mine. I, Daniel Blake. The Hero, which is a great entry point into Indian cinema. Women in Love from Ken Russell, the same director as Altered States and the Devils. Graduation, amazing modern Romanian film. Midnight Cowboy. Female Trouble, another John Waters banger. A Matter of Life and Death, incredibly life-affirming film. Some Like It Hot, total classic. Mikey and Nikki. The world would be a much better place if people saw Mikey and Nikki, as well as any film by Elaine May. 4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days. Incredibly relevant and impactful film from the same director as Graduation that I mentioned earlier. To Sleep with Anger. Amazing film from Charles Burnett and a great performance from Danny Glover. He is super menacing. A Face in the Crowd, which has only gotten more relevant as time has gone on. Michael Haneke's Funny Games. The Cloud Cap Star, another amazing film from India. Please check this out if you haven't. Polyester, again by John Waters. This is the version with the Smellorama card. All About My Mother by Pedro Almodovar. Paris is Burning, one of my favorite documentaries in the collection. Leave Her to Heaven. The Cremator. If you want to get into some Czech New Wave, please check out The Cremator. Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Come and See. Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai. David Cronenberg's Crash. I kind of go back and forth with this film. Sometimes I think it's amazing, and other times I think it's one of his weaker films. Amores Perros. Secrets and Lies, another great Mike Leigh film. Memories of Murder, Bong Joon-ho. Afterlife. Davy, another great film from Satyajit Ray. The Celebration. The Piano, Round Midnight. Double Indemnity, a classic in noir. Shaft, it's John Shaft. Pink Flamingos, I think I've owned just about everything John Waters has here. The Worst Person in the World, a really great film that I was surprised by when it came out. Raging Bull, a classic from Scorsese. Drive My Car, really liked this film quite a bit. Frownland, massively underrated film. From the same editor that was on the Safdie brothers, I think, or writer. Speaking of the Safdie brothers, Daddy Longlegs. Arsenic and Old Lace. Really fun screwball comedy with Cary Grant. Cure by Kiyoshi Kurosawa. Malcolm X, perhaps my favorite Spike Lee film, and my favorite Denzel Washington performance. Michael Haneke's Trilogy. This is The Seventh Continent, Benny's Video, and 71 Fragments of a Chronology of Chance. Inland Empire, my least favorite David Lynch film. Triangle of Sadness, my favorite film from 2022. Thelma and Louise. Petite Maman, another Celine Sciamma banger. And it also has My Life as a Zucchini on it, which you should check out if you have this edition. The Watermelon Woman. After Hours by Martin Scorsese, one of my favorite films from Martin Scorsese. Dry Longso. This is an amazing piece of American indie cinema. You need to check this out if you haven't. La Bamba. The Others, really cool Nicole Kidman gothic horror film. Targets, Peter Bogdanovich. The Heroic Trio and Executioners, really fun pieces of Hong Kong cinema there. Nothing But a Man, massively underrated film in the Criterion Collection. Please check this out. The Runner, another massively underrated film. To Die For, another fun Nicole Kidman performance here. We've got I Am Cuba. It's a great little discovery for me. Werkmeister Harmonies, a really great piece of slow cinema. Dogfight, very beautiful and very tender film this is. Anatomy of a Fall, one of my favorite films of 2023. Bound by the Wachowskis. Carell by Werner Fassbender. Absolutely love this cover. Victims of Sin, which was my favorite release Criterion put out in 2024. This is an amazing noir. You should definitely check this out if you love noir. Black God, White Devil. Perfect Days, one of my favorite films of last year too. Happiness, very disturbing film. And last is another very disturbing film, Harmony Korine's Gummo. Alright, so next up on the list is stuff I haven't seen yet, as well as some larger box sets that I have. So let's begin with some stuff I haven't seen yet, and the first is going to be The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Lady Snowblood, but the second film, I've seen the first one, it's really good. Medium Cool, Children of Paradise, The Emigrants and The New Land, and last, Orson Welles' The Trial. So those are just the ones I haven't seen. Please let me know what I'm missing out with these. And last but not least, I have 3 big box sets here, including Guillermo del Toro's trilogy. This is the older out-of-print version, but I love what they did with this, even if it is a little bit flimsy. Next, we have The World of Wong Kar-wai. All I need to finish is As Tear Goes By and Days of Being Wild, but these are all amazing films from one of our great masters. And last is maybe Criterion's best release, in my humble opinion, the Ingmar Bergman box set. So I saw a Letterboxd list and it says I've only watched 9 out of 39 of these films, so I'm really looking forward to checking out the rest. That is my Criterion collection. Thank you so much for watching if you watched all the way through. Let me know, what do you have in your Criterion collection? What types of titles do you want to see me cover here on this channel? Yeah, let me know, and thank you so much for watching.